In 1971, Roger and Linda Breland took a bold step of faith, one that would change the landscape of Christian music forever. They formed a touring ensemble and called it Truth, an acronym for Trust, Receive, Unchangeable, True Happiness in Jesus.
The first day was, without a doubt, now the funniest day, but it's probably the hardest day because I didn't know what was going to happen. We left Mobile for Florence, Alabama in 2 cars and a panel truck that Mike Wells managed to wreck the truck the first 3 days we had it in Mobile. But the first concert was at a church, and they didn't particularly want us to be in the sanctuary because they didn't know what this group Truth was all about. So they put us outside in a little outdoor park. And 2 major things happened there. First of all, I went to the hotel, and as I was getting back into the car to go to the room, I ran over my luggage. That was a major catastrophe. And the second was that we started the concert, sang 3 songs, and got rained out. January of 1972, we were in Studio B of RCA in Nashville recording a new Truth album for the Benson Company as they were mixing the Elvis live album in Studio A. Man, I had arrived.
Truth traveled across the South and eventually throughout the world, bringing instruments like drums and guitars and electric keyboards into churches that had never seen or heard anything like that before. They brought more than the new sound of contemporary Christian music into churches. They brought the hope of Jesus Christ to people across the world. At the Cathedral of Praise in the Philippines, Truth led a revival where over 20,000 responded to the gospel message. The pastor there had become a Christian at a Truth concert when he was in high school in Fairhope, Alabama. With a heart for sharing Christ's love in practical ways, Truth's ministry raised over $500,000 to build a children's leprosy hospital in Ghana, smuggle Bibles into Russia, and bring medical supplies, food, and clothing to places like Romania, Brazil, and Chernobyl. For nearly 31 years, Roger Breland and Truth traveled more than 3 million miles, presented over 10,000 concerts, recorded 61 albums, and had numerous #1 hits. Across the decades, more than 400 men and women were members of the popular group. Many went on to have successful careers as Christian recording artists, professional musicians, and ministry leaders. In the year 2000, as their journey was drawing to a close, Roger Breland and Truth were inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. Now that might seem a good place to end, a satisfying finish to a lifetime of ministry. But Roger Breland was just getting started. In 2002, Roger Breland's journey took a new direction, not towards retirement, but towards an even greater investment in the next generation. He joined the faculty of the University of Mobile as artist in residence, bringing with him a lifetime of experience, a heart of ministry, and a vision for Christian excellence. His mission? To recruit talented students, recommend gifted faculty, and give them a place to shine. And shine they did. He founded the Voices of Mobile, a group that would become one of UM's most recognized ambassadors around the world. Under his leadership, the Voices recorded 20 CDs, traveled to 11 nations, performed at the White House 5 times, and at Carnegie Hall in New York City 3 times. They crisscrossed the United States and traveled to many nations, including China, Cuba, Israel, Jordan, the Philippines, and Romania, presenting over 2,000 concerts in churches, conventions, civic centers, and on national television. He held a variety of leadership roles at the Christian University throughout the years, including the Dean of the Alabama School of the Arts. He co-founded and became the executive director of what is now known as the Roger Breland Center for the Performing Arts, where music, theater, production technology, and worship leadership come together under one roof. He launched Christmas Spectacular, an annual tradition that for 22 years has drawn thousands to a musical extravaganza celebrating the birth of Christ through the talents of more than 250 students, faculty, and staff. He was instrumental in fundraising efforts that made UM an all-Steinway school and secured the Fisher Brewer Recording Studio, a $1 million investment that gives students practical, hands-on experiences that equip them for the future. But the real legacy of Dr. Roger Breland is not in the number of performances, it's not in the amount of funds raised, and it's not in the amount of miles traveled. It's in the lives of the students who have found their purpose, discovered their calling, and deepened their faith. Men and women who now carry the light of the gospel into the world, one song, one stage, and one soul at a time. Roger Breland teaches a lesson that changes lives. That excellence is more than hitting the right notes, putting in the hard work, and believing the words you sing. The real challenge, he says, is living what you are singing. Because when you sing about Jesus, it's not just about hitting the right notes. It's about living a life that reflects the truth of the song. As he retires from the University of Mobile, Dr. Breland left a message for the next person to sit at the desk he leaves behind.
In this office, I spent 18 of the best years of my life. Miracles happened. Prayers were answered. I spent too many late hours. Musicians began their UM journey. Decisions were made that touched the world. Tears were shed. Lives were changed. Christmas Spec was born. Conflicts were solved. The faculty prayed. Unimaginable dreams came true. There are no windows. The pictures told stories. Always a jar of candy. The ceiling leaked. Memories were made, and I was happy. My request, treat it well. It's a good office. I'll miss it.